Hi, my name is Jennifer Kranchuk. I am an online hypnosis practitioner and I help people within the medical, surgical, and healthcare communities live healthier, happier lives. Today, I'd like to talk about job appreciation, going to work every day and giving everything that you have of yourself for the benefit of others, and then feeling a lack of appreciation for what it is that you do. And when you are going to a job like this, and if you're experiencing something like this, you know that over time it can really take a heavy toll on you as a human being, not just as a professional, but as an individual soul on this earth. And it can really wreak havoc with the type of interactions that you have with the people in your life. You'll experience a lot of upset and anger. You will be tired. You won't have the energy to perform at your best. And you just seem to want to give up with all social interactions on the job with the people that you're serving. When you're sacrificing everything, your home, personal time, your time with your friends, your family, you're missing out on holidays, you're rushing around, you're under a lot of stress, you're trying to solve a lot of problems for people, you're trying to help them, and it's a no thanks kind of situation. And it can really build that strain. It's a struggle. And it just feels like your soul has been sucked dry of everything that you have. You go home and you're even, in on your own time, thinking problems through, working from home, even trying to, continue to grow and be the best at what you do and to serve people, where that lack of appreciation or acknowledgement, or even in some cases, just a lack of respect from the public that you might be serving. And it really does drain you. I mean, I've had jobs myself where I know what that's like. You give everything you have for the benefit of somebody else, and they just keep taking and taking until you feel you have nothing left to give. And this is where a lot of that anger comes in, the resentment comes in. You're fed up, you're tired, you're interacting with people, and even your clarity of thought really starts to get a bit muddled as well when you're on the job. And you start finding that when you're dealing with somebody that you're trying to help, you just want to get in and out of that room as quickly as you possibly can and get home and get the day done with, because you just can't wait to see the end of the week because it just takes that much of a toll. This is where the depression can really set in. You might be experiencing, sleep disruptions because you end up in this negative thought loop, and it just goes round and round in your head because you're so upset, and it affects you on such a deeply personal and an emotional level that it really is a traumatizing experience. And over time, it's going to grow and grow and grow until you get to a point where you start to feel, I don't want to do this anymore. I've had enough. And it can even push you to a point where it could put your job in jeopardy because maybe somebody makes a complaint about you because they don't like how you were handling them in with whatever their treatment might be, or they might, feel fed up that you weren't sensitive, or maybe you made a wrong call that they thought should have been better because they looked something up on Google, and then everything starts to clash because you start feeling like you're losing your empathy and it gets noticed. And so over time, it's going to affect everything, even like I said, to the point where you might not even want to go to your job anymore. Maybe you're looking for another option, and you've spent so many years training and working up to this point, spending a lot of money on your education, even going into debt for it, maybe moving to another city or another country in some cases to actually do what you thought you wanted to do as your dream job. And now this is happening where nobody seems to care about what you're giving. They're just taking and taking without actually giving you that little bit of glimmer of respect or consideration in return. And it can be a real thankless job working in the healthcare world. And over time, it will affect everything you do because every conversation that you have on your spare time, it's going to cycle back to how unhappy you are. You're going to be in the shower thinking about going to work or have just come home from work, and it's going to be cycling through your head about the negative experiences that you might have had that day. And it just wreaks the havoc of having a breakdown. Some people will literally have a breakdown. They will, find themselves crying every night after work because they're so tired and they just don't know what else to do. But prospects for future work somewhere outside of where you are right now might be, pretty slim. Maybe you are very well trained, you're a specialist in a very particular area, and to move to another job that's exactly the same, you're going to experience the same type of problem. But to say, I quit healthcare altogether and I'm going to go be a carpenter or something like that, maybe you don't have that training. Maybe you're going to have to go back to school and you're going to have to go through this whole cycle again. And it feels like this heavy and daunting upward grind. And of course, leaving your job, it could put your finances at risk. Maybe you have a family that needs the money coming in. Maybe you're the only provider of income for your family. That will wreak havoc too if you quit your job. So you have that responsibility of income. And do I stay where I am and feel terrible and put my mental health at risk and let it build and build till I, maybe experiment with addiction or end up self-harming because I just can't go on any farther. So it can really escalate. Now, the type of work that I do as a online hypnosis practitioner, I work with something called ACH hypnosis, and it's a very advanced form of hypnotherapy. It's a very new type of hypnosis. Not many people are out there doing that, and it's a very cutting edge, very fast acting type of therapy. So when you come into a session, we can hit that pain point right at its core, and we can start knocking out all of those side effect symptoms so that your emotional levels can find a place where you're no longer in that thought loop of suffering, where you're feeling that trauma. Yes, you'll remember that, the experience is not a great experience being unappreciated on the job, but you're going to find new ways where you can find where you are appreciated, and you're going to find new life and more invigorated inspiration when you start going back to work again after your sessions. And it's going to be a rejuvenating thing that's going to help you every day for the rest of your life. So with the type of hypnosis that I'm doing, we're really changing the neurology around the trauma that you're going through to help you find new resources where you can actually move forward with this career that you have gone into because you chose it, you wanted to do it, you have a drive for it, a passion for it somewhere deep inside you, and you want to find that again. So if you would like to learn more about the type of work that I do with the medical community, please check out my website. Excuse me. Please check out my website. There's a lot more videos there. There's more information written there that you can learn more about how I can help. There's also a Calendly linking page where you can book a free online Zoom consultation with me to learn more about how I can help you. We can discuss your issue in a bit more depth because everybody has a very separate and personal type of dilemma. So it's not cut and dry for everyone. And again, on social media and on YouTube, there's a whole variety of videos if you would like to explore those as well and learn more about other areas of service in which I offer. If you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. Please reach out and I'd be happy to answer them for you. And I hope this was informative. I hope this has helped you in some way, that maybe somebody actually understands what you're going through outside of your coworkers. And I wish you a wonderful day. And that's it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next video.